Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, my EM got upset with me for not giving her enough attention at my husband's memorial. She ended up calling the police on me. My dad is driving me crazy while I try and grieve. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My EM got upset with me for not giving her enough attention at my husband's memorial. She ended up calling the police on me. My husband passed away unexpectedly last month. It's honestly the worst thing I've ever had to go through. I'm now a single mom to children aged between 2 and 20. 2 days after my husband passed, she came by but brought her 3 dogs with her, knowing that one of her dogs isn't friendly with children and knowing I also have animals. We had my husband's memorial at a local park where we had been married. I struggled to hold it together, and besides brief hellos, I only spoke to those helping set up, and then I gave my speech. I approached my EM when I saw she had arrived, said hi and let her know my brother, who's NC with her, was there. Later I noticed she was gone without even saying goodbye. A few days later, my 20-year-old, he is my stepson who EM has never paid any attention to before, gets a message from her asking him to come stay the week to paint her house. I spoke to Mr. 20 and my other children's therapists, who all agree it's too soon after losing their father for their brother who lives with us to be gone for a week. A few of my younger children are autistic. Later that night I called EM to chat about it and she says, "It's been 3 weeks, you need to get over it." With that I saw red. I let loose and tell her I'll never be over it. I then threw at her that I noticed that she couldn't be bothered to say goodbye at the memorial, to which she then had a go at me for having my brother there as it made her uncomfortable. I reminded her that that day wasn't about her. I let loose on a lot that phone call. In the end, I hung up the phone. The next morning I got a call from the police saying that EM had called them and told them that I was trying to end my life. I was lucky as I had spoken to the same officer only 2 days prior, and she told me she got the impression that I'd reach out for help if needed, which is why she chose to call instead of a home visit, which, given my past history, which EM knows about, they would have taken me to hospital as precaution. I've now gone NC with EM. I fully believe, knowing her, that she only invited my son over as she knows he has been one of my biggest supports as retaliation for not giving her enough attention at the memorial. After I went NC, I found out that she told my other stepson that she only came because it would have looked bad on her if she didn't. Others also told me she kept yelling at my brother and complaining that I wasn't leaning on her for support. I'm so glad I've gone NC. I am so sorry for your loss. And I am sorry you are having to deal with all this at the same time. I wish I had words of advice, but I just don't. IKR. This woman leaves me speechless. I'm so sorry, OP. I'm sure things are more peaceful now. I am so very sorry for your loss, sad face. The absolute last thing you need right now is to deal with attention and drama-starved narcissists that don't care who they harm as long as they get their attention fix, sad face. I hope you are able to make all of you NC with this woman. She is a terrible human being, sad face. Yep, imagine the uproar if OP posts on social media that the MIL not only told OP to get over spouse's death 3 weeks after, but falsely called in a suicide threat on her. Grief is understandable. Intentionally filing false reports are not. I'm sorry for your loss. It's good that you went NC with your mom, she sounds psychotic. Keep it up and let's hope she leaves you alone in the future. My dad is driving me crazy while I try and grieve. So my husband unexpectedly passed away just over a week ago, and to top it off, a week to the day of his passing I got COVID. We have 5 amazing children together who are special needs, and I was blessed with 2 amazing stepsons. My dad, 81, is a narcissist who has always believed he can control me. E.g., he once threatened to have me placed in a PHYC ward even though I was an adult if I didn't do as he wanted. Due to this, I'm screening his calls during this period, and what calls we do have are small and brief. The other day I was dealing with my husband's affairs and I get an abusive voice message with him yelling at me that his phone does work. Then today he calls me and I reassured him that even though I'm sick I'm okay. He responds with, "You sound sad." Well, yes I am, my husband is gone and I miss him. My dad replies, "Well, you can't be sad, you have kids you need to care for." Now this was not said in a "will be okay" voice, but a "get over it" kind of way. I lost it. I yelled that I'm allowed to be upset, that my husband is dead, but yes, I know I have children to think of and that they are my priority. I found it so ironic as he always put his second wife before his own children. The first phone call I'd had with him after my husband passed, he kept going on about how he was feeling and how this made him feel and what he needed to do. Mind you, he had only met my husband back in August and my husband avoided him unless it was to support me. I also found out he has been calling my brother complaining that I'm not talking to him and how I'm neglecting his needs. Disappointed face. I have rang his residence and support services and explained the situation and told them to step up as I'm stepping out ATM. I'm so sorry OP, this is the last thing you need right now. Your father is being atrocious and you don't have to sacrifice yourself to be his whipping boy right now. It's okay to bow out and take some time for yourself and the kids. I faced a partner death in 2014 and it was unbearable, and that was with no children. My family also caused me a great deal of stress and I did wind up in a psych center. I deal with mental illness otherwise, from dealing with the stress from them and the pressure at my job combined with the unchecked grief. Please don't allow your dad's narcissistic guilt to make you feel any worse, and I beg of you, seek out some extra professional help or a support group if you feel like you're drowning among folks who don't understand. Don't wait. My heart goes out to you so much and I extend such a big internet stranger hug to you. I am truly so sorry for your loss. 2 hearts. Just block his number and voicemail for a month or so. Give yourself some space to breathe. Sounds like he's just trying to be the main character here and press your buttons. Don't give him that opportunity. I am so sorry for your loss. You need to grieve for as long as you want. Your dad should not be telling you not to grieve. Take care of yourself and your children. I'm sorry for your loss, and your father was being a real dink. Sorry you had to deal with that. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.